What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the MPP, the Noah and Patrick podcast. This is episode number 3. If you're counting, maybe 4. If you don't know, like myself, maybe 5. Um, we're back with another episode, still on Zoom because we still can't figure out video, but go check out our YouTube, the MPP on YouTube. We have our second video up there from last week. Pretty cool stuff. You get to see me type in teams for the NFL picker and how I do it. So hopefully you guys enjoy it and let us know if you watched. Ring that bell, subscribe. I think that's how you do it right now.
Yeah. Turn on notifications.
Yes.
Hit the bell.
Be the first to know. I like this. I like this whole YouTube thing. It's cool.
Only 2 videos on there.
Yep, 2 videos. But yeah, another week, another day, another dollar. Am I right, Noah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No money being made.
Nope, yep, no money.
It's another day.
What have you been up to?
No, I've just been working on getting this certificate from Google for data analytics.
Wow.
Working on the project, get it put on a little portfolio, put it up on a website, put it part of my resume now. So got that going. That's pretty much it. It's pretty hard. I've been stuck on it, trying to figure out how to finish it.
Is it
All the
really?
coding.
Oh.
Yeah, I have to do some coding on it. That's like the hard part, but it's yeah, I'm learning something new. It's a challenge.
Do you think you're going to use this in a job situation or anything?
Yeah.
Is this something that companies mostly use, or is it kind of just separate?
Yeah, so the project I'm doing is supposed to be like practice for when you make it to like final interviews for a specific job you apply for. Depending on the job, sometimes they have you do like a little project for a couple days and see how you do, see what you know on it and everything like that. So it's supposed to be helping with that scenario. So if I apply to like, let's say like market research analyst and they want to see how you can do it on like Google Sheets, Excel, whatever, or even through R, which is what I'm doing for this project.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have the basics to at least, finish it and see. So hopefully, it's advanced enough to where they, get a little job offer from that.
It looks here like you only did the basic class, Noah, on Google. We were thinking the advanced one is what we
I mean,
need.
it's just one class. I don't.
Okay.
I can't. I can't go up another one.
It's like, hey man, this is all I have. Take it or leave it,
Yeah,
bro.
this was the offer. What else am I gonna do?
Right. Yeah. Um, Nothing really much on my end, but let's dive into our 3 takeaways this week, Noah. Starting with the Las Vegas Aces winning the WNBA
History.
championship. First time in history for them. Becky Hammonds shows why she needs to be in the NBA, I think, coaching a team. She goes out there, first season as a head coach, wins the NBA title, wins Coach of the Year, and, does it in pretty stunning fashion, I would say. They kind of dominated the whole finals. They almost swept the Connecticut Sun. But yeah, I think they have a good team. They were pretty good the whole season, so not surprised. But we'll see. We'll see what happens next year with Becky Hammond.
Yeah, I mean the one thing about like WNBA, they don't have a lot of teams compared to like NBA. So all the teams are pretty good. They all have really good players on every team because it's such a small group of teams. But yeah, I think Becky Hammond going out there, Bringing what she learned from the NBA really helped her here. Just showing how much better the NBA is. I'm just kidding. From W. I'm just kidding. But yeah, it was the first time a pro sports team won from Las Vegas. So it's the first title in Las Vegas, and September 20th. So that is now going to be considered Las Vegas Aces Day. Yeah. So
day.
we need to take a trip out there, Las Vegas Aces Day, see what's going on.
So the parade was yesterday, right?
What's today? 21st or 20th?
Yeah, 21st.
Yeah, it was yesterday. So well, yeah, yesterday was the official declaration of Las Vegas Aces Day.
Hmm.
And honestly, they can probably win multiple titles before any other team there wins anything. Yeah, the Raiders aren't close. The next team that's close is probably the hockey team, right? The Knights.
The Golden Knights were pretty close. They made it to the Stanley Cup Finals, but
Yeah, they're just gonna win it
lost.
like their first year or something
Yeah,
too.
the first year they like dominated the league, kind of like Las Vegas. So we'll see. Las Vegas hasn't been around that long, right?
No, the Aces only been there for like 3, 4 years, 5 years,
Yeah,
maybe 5 years max, and then the Raiders have been there for a couple now.
yeah. Maybe the Oakland A's going to Las Vegas. I saw something today. This is a side note, but I saw something today that if they build a new stadium, taxpayers have to pay around $855 million to
Nice.
build the stadium. And then I mean the renderings of what the stadium's gonna look like, super nice, super. It's way different than the Coliseum, of course. They would,
Anything would be better than that place.
yeah, right.
The
So
Tampa.
I think they were looking. The writer who was reporting on it was also saying that they may be looking at San Jose putting in there, which would be interesting with the Niners in Santa Clara. So San Jose could be an interesting spot, maybe downtown, or going to Las Vegas. So
Yeah, I think Las Vegas is probably a better bet. But if you want to keep them in the Bay Area region, then I guess San Jose. Yeah.
yeah, be pretty interesting there. Um, what's the next
And so
takeaway we got?
we got the BYU incident that we talked about a few weeks ago. I don't even know if we made that one made it to the did that one make it on the first episode, or was that the one we scrapped?
I know the first episode's on YouTube. That's the other video that we posted.
I think the
I didn't
first one
realize.
had this one. Well, I mean, if we didn't, we talked about the BYU incident with the volleyball at the volleyball match. One of the fans was accused of like using racial slurs towards a Duke volleyball player.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but the charges were dropped by BYU when they couldn't find any evidence that it actually happened. It's pretty crazy.
Like
It
BYU hired like an investigative team, investive.
investigative team.
Yeah, yeah,
I
right. That's
guess.
right.
I guess investigative.
But yeah, they kind of went all in, kind of like dug in, like took the audio clip, uh, only had the background noise on it, couldn't hear anything, so they kind of really went, I don't know, in depth on it, and to prove that they didn't say anything, which is kind of like, I don't know, I don't, it's kind of that's kind of weird to me, you
It's
know how much.
surprising because how like I just don't see how that would why would the player lie? It just like doesn't make sense.
Exactly. And then from here on out, like if another case like this comes up, it's like, well, are they just going to try to prove them wrong and just be like no one's going to say anything now, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like it doesn't take, why would someone say something now?
Yeah. Well, the fans no longer banned. Um I mean, this also doesn't mean that it didn't happen. Like we don't know. I mean, it was at a volleyball game. Like, how much audio really is there for them to find
Yeah, like
what
where
the
are the
person said?
mics
Like,
in this? You
Yeah, I
know?
don't know how they would even figure it out. It would just have to be from like interviews of people around, and I don't know. I didn't really read it in depth and see if they even asked anybody or not. But
Yeah.
um, hopefully, the fan who is no longer banned, doesn't use any more racial slurs if they did.
Yeah.
That's the only thing you can really say. I don't know, and hopefully Utah gets it together because they're like a hot spot for that stuff,
Yep.
inside and outside of Utah.
Yeah. Uh, well, Oregon played BYU this
Yeah,
week in college football. Really dominated them.
yeah,
Um, jumped Oregon up into the top 15. I think they're
yeah.
15
They're
now.
like 13 or something.
They went from 25 to 15, 13, whatever. Well, I guess, the hot mics, picked up the Oregon students and fan base saying "F the Mormons" after they after beating them. So, you know, it's tough. It's a tough situation. You know, Oregon fans are pretty rowdy, I would say. Um, so a thing just like the BYU Duke incident. Oregon had to come out and say that they're sorry and they're gonna talk to their fans and make sure that's not happening again. So
Yeah, the university came out pretty quick with a statement. Pretty good statement. Uh, shouldn't be happening. Same thing with like the BYU fans shouldn't be happening.
yeah,
Disrespectful chants about their religion and stuff. You froze for me,
you froze
and
for
then
me. You were like you were on the screen like
so you were for me too. What was the last thing they heard?
that we're kind of done with that topic.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? I mean, there's
Yeah, what are
nothing.
you
There's
gonna
a
do?
whole groups of fans. Like, like
When the game's on the line, you just beat the 12th team. Tempers run high, even for the fans. So uh,
it shouldn't have happened. That's all I'm
shouldn't
saying.
have happened.
Yeah,
Keep it to yourself, Oregon Ducks fans.
yeah. Come on, man.
Yeah, a bunch of
It also
losers.
happened at USC. I think it was the same chant too. And BYU faced USC. So, it's sounds like it's a common thing for Pac-12 right now.
Well, that's what
Um,
happens when you lose other teams.
yeah. So, Aaron Judge with some baseball just hit 60 home runs. He hit his 60th home run yesterday. He tied Babe Ruth for the second in the Yankees record, I think. I think he's like one or two off of beating the next record. That's like 61 or 62. I think he'll easily reach 65. He could potentially pass the MLB season record of 73 if he gets on a little hot streak, like maybe a little Albert Pujols hot streak that he got on earlier.
Let's make what is it? 15 games left in the season. 7, 10.
A couple homers a game.
Yeah.
Uh,
He's got to hit a couple, in the first couple games.
yeah, it's possible, but it's reach. It's a reach.
Yeah, he'll definitely break the record. But yeah, I was also reading. Which one's more impressive, Noah, to you? Babe, Aaron Judge hitting 60 or maybe more, or Pujols almost reaching 700.
Pujols reaching 700 definitely.
Yeah.
He's like only the fourth person to do it if he hits it.
Do you
He only
think
has one more or two more.
do you think he's going to get 700?
I think he will.
Who
I
has
also
a
have
better chance?
I have a question later to ask you about that too, but yeah. Who has a better chance of hitting what? 700 and
700 or
73?
70 or breaking the
65.
record? Because they both need a couple home runs,
I think Aaron Judge will hit 65. Like I think he'll do it. Like,
Do you think someone's gonna just throw one down the middle for Pujols to just hit?
So, okay, this leads to the question I'm going to ask you then.
Yep.
All right, it's the last game of the year.
Yeah.
You're pitching to Albert Pujols, and he has at 699 home runs.
Yeah.
Do you just give him a fastball down the middle so he can hit 700, or do you just pitch to him normally?
I'm throwing a hanging curveball.
You're throwing a hanging curveball?
Yeah.
Because I guess either way, one, you'll always be remembered for Albert Pujols' seventh home run. Like
Yeah.
he'll always remember you. The Cardinals fans always remember
Yeah.
you. But if he doesn't hit it off you, you'll kind of just be forgotten. Like I don't think people really care that much
Like you'll always be in the video highlight, if you're like a low
if it's
level
last out.
pitcher, maybe you're kind of like seventh in the rotation.
Just give him one.
Just give them home run. But then you could also always be like, hey, I was the guy who threw the pitch.
Yeah.
I gave it to that guy.
If I did that though, I'd have to get something from Pujols in return. Like I need like a signed something from him. A little signed jersey, a little signed bat or something.
Signed bat. That'd be sick.
Yeah. Because I'm not giving up that home run for free. I want to be remembered in history.
Hey, my job's on the line too here, huh?
I think maybe I would just like tip off the pitch or something. I'll be like, it's gonna be a fastball down and in.
Yeah.
And you got this, just so it doesn't look, like I just gave it to him.
Not like a right down the middle.
You want him to look like he earned that, not just given. Like people always say from when Derek Jeter hit, like in his last game, he hit a walk-off single, right?
Yeah.
People always say they just gave it to him because it was right down the middle. That's what people say, though. People are gonna say that.
Yeah. If they're gonna already say it, they might as well just.
Yeah. Well, okay. So next question before we move on here. Who do you have winning AL MVP? This is gonna be a really close race. It's Shohei Ohtani versus Aaron Judge. So Aaron Judge is top 3, or probably top 2 in like the Triple Crown. So he's leader in.
I think he's in the lead right now for
batting average, RBI, and home run. So he leads RBI, home run. It's just batting average. He's like, I think he's first right now. So there you go. And then Ohtani has a 2.43 ERA, 200 strikeouts, 13 wins, and he has over 30. He has 34 home runs hitting, and over 140 hits. I think he's hitting like 270 almost.
I just, it's very hard. Shohei got MVP last year. It's Judge doesn't pitch. So I just think it's so hard.
Already getting voters fatigue, man. Just like what's it called with LeBron? LeBron should have like 7 MVPs, but people don't want to vote for the same person over and over and over again. Like Curry could have 5, but he has 3.
As far as we know, Judge isn't tainted. He's not on roids, so it's pretty. No one has done it.
Impressive.
Sober.
Sober.
So I feel like you got to go to Judge, right? Next year he may get a big, huge contract and then hit 10 home runs.
Yeah.
I
agree. I think it's going to go to Judge only because he's going to win like the Triple Crown, or he's going to have 65 home runs. Any other year, Ohtani's going to win it again, probably. Like any other, like the next person who could win it is like not even close.
Like next year, Ohtani may just,
he'll if Ohtani has the same season next year, he'll win it. If there's nobody else who has 60 home runs, like even 50 home runs, I don't think we'll beat him. So
like everyone wants to see Judge hit home runs, like he's no one cares about the
That's what I say, bro.
Playoffs, like
the chicks dig the long ball, everyone loves a home run.
Like Stanton hit a walk-off grand slam,
Yeah.
To beat the Pirates.
Yeah, that's always fun to watch.
Yeah, pretty crazy. So I got Judge in this one, and it sounds like you got Judge as well.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's it for I was going to ask you the Pujols question last, but you started already hinting towards it, so I had to throw it in there.
Sorry.
That was going to be my little segment thing, I guess.
Sorry, I get excited.
I know.
No one has seen this,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I remember watching Barry Bonds hit 762 or whatever it was.
It's pretty crazy.
When he passed Hank Aaron, that was insane.
again, I feel like some of his pitches were right down the middle as well, but he only had to make
Yeah,
contact and it was out.
it was insane. I remember against the Nationals. I can't remember the pitcher's name though, but just right center field, the deepest part of the park, just destroyed it. Like what the heck?
Let's see. Well, switching gears to another sport, the NFL. Noah, how do you feel about your picks last week?
I don't remember any of them. I was trying to remember when I was watching the games who I picked, and I feel like I did worse. I'm gonna say 3-5.
3-5, huh?
I do. Ooh, a little switcheroo.
We have 10 minutes left.
Okay. A
So
little switcheroo here, huh?
after week 2
What are the
in the
odds of this?
NFL, the MPP NFL Game Picker 2022 TM. Very interesting stuff, Noah. Very interesting stuff. We are tied.
It's like, what are the odds that I go 1-7 this week after you went 1-7 last week?
Dude, we both picked the Lions too. That's the
I know.
one
Out
that
of
we
all
win,
of them, it was the Lions that I got right.
So we Steelers trash. Ravens choked. Saints
Oh yeah, I should have had that one.
suck. Uh, Jimmy G's back for the Niners. The Bears still look bad.
Yeah, tough game.
And, the Vikings maybe
And
ain't ready
they
for prime time.
Viking then. Everything I said about them was wrong, man. They're not there.
So first, before we get into week 3 picks, I want to ask you, did you watch a lot of football this last week? You keep up with the football, right?
Yeah, I watched a good amount last week.
Who had the more impressive win? The Bills or the Eagles on Monday Night Football?
I would say probably the Eagles. I didn't really watch the Eagles game, but I watched the Bills game.
Yeah.
And I mean the Titans the last 2 games, they just don't have it, man.
They don't have it.
They're just not that team. They don't have the passing game. If they had the passing game, then Derrick Henry gets open lanes, but they just don't have it.
Yeah. I just think it's pretty impressive that the Bills have been dominant the first 2 games.
But this is how they always start. They always start hot, and then late season they lose a couple of games, and
Yeah.
I think they get tired.
It's true. Well, maybe they'll take it down a notch in the middle of the season, but I hope not.
Take it easy.
Take it easy. Well, we got the first division matchup for the Bills this week, starting week 3. It's going to be a good one. Dolphins came back down 21 points to the Ravens. Came back and won it in the 4th. So the first game of the week, Bills versus Dolphins. Now, who you got?
I'm gonna go with the Bills. The Dolphins have looked really good, but I think the Bills are going to keep it going for now.
Yeah, I think I'm going Bills as well. Dolphins definitely had to come back in that game versus the Ravens. So
I think that's the team they're going to be, though. They're going to be the team that always comes back to make it close.
I think so.
They don't seem like the team to just dominate the whole game.
I don't think the Bills' defense are going to choke the league like the Ravens did this last week. Change the font. You'll see this. This is how it's done, people. I got my certification in this.
Nice.
Oh, it's not moving. Okay. Well, next game we have Raiders versus Titans. Like we said, Titans 0-2 to start the season. So is the Raiders 0-2.
Dude, Derek Carr cannot throw a pass to save his life, man. There's been so many times he's had people open. I don't know what he's doing. I've watched both Raiders games the last 2 weeks, and he just disappoints me every time I watch him.
Yeah, the Raiders have more, I would say,
Weapons.
firepower. But I think battle of 0-2 teams, I think the Titans get their first win this week.
Titans. Okay. I can see Derrick Henry going off this game.
They're at home.
But I'm gonna go. Well, I'm gonna go Raiders. I think they're gonna throw it to Devontae Adams more than 3 times during the game. So
Yeah. I mean, the Raiders should have won last week
they should have
versus
easily.
the Cardinals. Kyler Murray's just that guy, you know?
Yeah. I don't know what happened to the Raiders play call, but it just went downhill after the first half. It was
Yeah, they
insane.
just couldn't do anything. Next game, Bengals versus Jets. Bengals 0-2. Jets 1-1. Come back on the Browns last week.
I really don't want to pick against the Bengals. But the offensive line is garbage.
I just picked up Jets defense in fantasy football.
Ooh, you really think what's going to happen then? You know what? I think the Jets.
Are you picking the Jets? I'm picking Jets because they're coming in hot. They're gonna ride the hot hand and Joe Flacco.
Going Bengals,
Touchdown, bro.
Give me the Bengals. They're gonna win. They're gonna have to win a game some point or another. It's gonna be
this is the week.
This is the week.
Got it. Next game, Texans versus the Bears.
Bears. Texans have looked kind of good, honestly, but the Bears. But they're the Bears. They're gonna win. Just hand it off to Montgomery. I don't know. They just stopped handing it off to him last game. I don't know what they're doing.
The Texans look good. They're 0-1-1. Haven't won yet, but haven't
really close games.
Lost twice. So I'm gonna go Bears, picking the home team in this one. I think the Bears are gonna grab that one. Niners versus Broncos in the next game. Jimmy G's back, baby.
Talk about a team that just looks awful, bro. The Broncos, man. I'm going with the Niners.
Yeah, the Broncos don't have it. They thought they got their guy and Russell Wilson, and I don't know.
That's how it goes.
But they got this new head coach. Doesn't look too great either. So
offensive scheme is not working.
Not working. Next game, Packers versus Bucks. Mike Evans suspended for this game after his fight with Marshawn Lattimore. Is that his name?
Yeah.
I'm going Bucks. They're at home. Brady. It's going to be hot weather at home.
I'm gonna go Bucks too. I think the Packers scored last against the Bears because the Bears offense couldn't stay on the field. So the Bucks defense is a lot better. Bucks offense is a lot better.
And the Bucks defense this year is crazy good.
Yeah, they've been holding people 3 points.
10 points last week, but gave up a weird touchdown.
3 before.
Second to last game, we have Lions versus the Vikings. This one's hard. Vikings are at home.
It shouldn't be this hard.
Because, Kirk Cousins just didn't look good. His record improves to 2-10 on Monday Night Football. Quick stat for you.
Nice.
But this isn't on Monday night, so I'm going Lions, if that changes your mind.
No, I'm going Lions. Dude, the Vikings, I don't know. They're just a hit and miss team.
Dalvin Cook needs to get his shit together.
You want to trade?
I don't have him in this league.
Oh, I thought that was.
Yeah,
I tried to trade for Derrick Henry since he had 2 bad games. I never got an answer.
Yeah.
All right.
Last one, Cowboys versus Giants. We got less than a minute somehow.
Giants.
I'm going
Saquon
Giants
Barkley
as well. Cooper Rush don't got it.
They almost won, but who were they playing against? They didn't play that well.
Bengals.
Bengals, yeah, the Bengals didn't play that well. So,
anyways, that was the NFL Game Picker. Hope you guys enjoyed. This has been another episode of the MPP. Go follow us at the MPP Live on Twitter and Instagram and the YouTubes. Hope you guys enjoyed. Noah, take it away.
See ya.
Cool.
What's that?
It was gonna end right there. I was hoping it was
I
gonna.
just said
end.
less than a
It
minute.
was
So
gonna end.
it just hit like a minute.
I don't know why it's just listening. This is also outtakes.
It should show the
This is
countdown.
the outtakes. Bye.